Alright, so you came here because you want to increase your bench press. Well, let me help you. So the first thing is, when it comes to benching, you've got to understand the term RPE. So, what does RPE stand for, you may ask? Rated Perceived Exertion. And so you may be wondering, well, what the fuck does rated perceived exertion mean, right? Well, so basically, the easiest way to put it is, if something is RPE 10, then you have zero reps left. So if it's RPE 10 and you're benching 225 for 8, there's zero way you think that you could have gotten it for 9. If something is, let's say, RPE 6, right? Then 6 plus 4 equals what? 10. Which means if it's RPE 6, you had 4 reps in reserved. And so the reason why this is so important is because not powerlifters, the average person may think, oh, I'm just gonna try to go for my 225 bench PR every fucking chest day, and in reality you could be doing so much better than that. So powerlifters, they tend to stay within the RPE 6 to 8 range. And so by doing this, say 225 is RPE 8 for 7 reps, which means that they could theoretically get 225 for 9, right? Well, they're gonna keep going in this RPE of 8 until 225 is RPE 7 for 7, meaning that they could get 225 for 10. And they keep going, and then say once they get 225 for RPE 6 for 7, which means they could get 225 for 11 theoretically, then they will up the weight, and then it'll be 235 is RPE 8 for 7. So that's pretty much what RPE means. And the reason why this is so important to know is because when you're lifting, you don't want to be at RPE 10 on every lift. Yeah, you should train hard, but you should also train smart. So, the reason why I'm telling you this is because there is a special type of program called DUP. And so DUP stands for Daily Undulating Periodization. Alright, and the reason why I'm telling you this is because this is what I used to help grow my bench, squat, and deadlift whenever I wanted to get strong in a certain area. That's why I squat 475, deadlift 575, and we don't talk about bench because we're on the road to 315 to bench right now. And the reason why I'm telling you guys this is because I use DUP for all of my lifts in order to increase them. And it's so important because you're basically setting PRs on every lift, but it's just in a different rep range. So for example, you'll do 240 for 8 on bench one day, and then the next day you'll do, let's say, 275 for 3. But these are two different PRs, but it's in a different rep range because it's different weights. And this is so important because DUP basically will calculate what weight you need to hit based off your 1 rep maxes. So I recommend that you guys go do your research and search up a DUP program. If you're just trying to increase your bench, search up DUP bench program, or no, DUP bench calculator, so it could calculate it for you. If you are trying to increase everything, then maybe search up a DUP program. There's plenty of them, and you could definitely find them for free. So I recommend searching up a DUP calculator, and based off your 1 rep maxes, it'll calculate how much weight you need to do for how many reps. And you could run it for 8 weeks, and I guarantee you, if you're eating right, sleeping right, and training hard, you will get results. Because I was benching about 240, and then after I ran the DUP program for about 8 weeks, 8 to 10 weeks, I was benching about 280. So yeah, that's why I recommend. And right now I'm about 280 again, but I'm trying to get to 315. So I'm hoping this DUP program should help me get to 315. I'm gonna share with you guys the results of each bench day that I do in order to hit 315 on bench. So yeah, this is week 1 of the DUP program for me. And yeah, I'll show you guys what I did for today's workout too, because it's week 1 of my DUP program. Alright, so since it's my first day on the DUP program, I had 350 for 3, and then I had 210 for a 3x8. Oh, and also in this video, I'm using a bench bar. Bench bars are 55 pounds, by the way, just so you guys know. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm just warming up at first with a plate. And when I warm up, I like to keep my feet on the bench just because, you know, I'm not trying to warm up my legs. I'm warming up my chest that I'm pressing with. So, yeah, I just warmed up with 135, and then after that, moved up to 185 just to see how it's feeling, you know, because when you're benching, you're not gonna want to go straight into your top set. That is just probably one of the dumbest things you could do. So, you know, usually I go 135, 185, and then 225. But it's my first day back benching in a while, so I also went up to 205 before 225. No, that's not. No, that is 220. Wait, no, that's 215. Sorry, my thing's kind of messed up because I used a bench bar. So I went up to 215 just to see how it's feeling. And now at 215, I actually have my feet on the ground. Because, I don't know, it's heavier than fucking whatever I was doing before, 195. So yeah, I put my feet on the ground, and this is where I'm actually like trying to get ready to bench, I guess. You know, start to lock in. Yeah, it moved alright for 215. I just warmed up with it for 5. And then I did, after that, I did 225. Or no, I did 235 after that for, I believe, let's see. I did 235 for 2. And then 235 is like close enough to 215. So I went for 250 for 3. I got it. I don't know why the dude fucking screams up as if I didn't have it, because it went up so fucking easy. Like, that was not a struggle rep at all. But yeah, so the thing about DUP that's so good is it pre-exhausts you for your hypertrophy. So then on bench, I just had I had 210, and I had a 3x8. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the benching. And then after benching, I did this. The only thing I didn't get on video was it was incline press, and I'm really just trying to like fucking squeeze at the top. But yeah, I'm doing 3 sets in the 8 to 12 rep range for each of these. So after the incline press, I go on to I don't even know what this is. It's like a seated bench press kind of. And this one I really get a good stretch on my outer chest, I feel like. And so I do about 8 to 12 reps. And then after that I have shoulders, because this is a push day, because I'm benching, and I don't do triceps on my push days because I just hit arms on their own, so I do chest and shoulders together. So after that, I'm doing dumbbell front raises. The reason for this is just because, you know, I hardly feel overhead press at all in my shoulders, but when I'm doing these isolated dumbbell front raises, it causes to like self-isolate the front delt, and it feels really good. And you don't even need to hit your front delts that hard, because you're already training your front delt when you're benching, so like it's not that needed. But what you do need to hit is your side delt. And so the first thing for side delt that I did was this superset where you do behind the back lateral raises, and then superset it with lateral raises that are normal on the cable. The reason for this is because it already pre-exhausts the side delt, and so when you're behind your back, it's a lot harder. And so then after that, you're just able to superset. And then after that, I did chest flies for my 4th chest movement, I believe. Bench, incline bench, stretch. But yeah, for my 4th bench or chest movement. These I'm really just trying to like stretch and get a good squeeze. And then finally at the end I did machine lateral raises. And I'm really just trying to push as much weight as I can on these ones, just because it's on a machine, so like your shoulder is already isolated. And yeah, that's pretty much it for that push day. That's really all you need to be doing, unless you don't hit arms on their own day. But I highly recommend you do have an arm day, because throwing like 2 sets at tricep after that, it's just not going to be that beneficial for you. So yeah, I recommend hitting arms on their own day if you do not have an arm day already. And then that's pretty much it for the chest and shoulder day.